Well, the director of UNRWA Affairs in Gaza spoke to my colleague Sami Zaidan earlier from Rafah and says they need a ceasefire in order to deliver the aid.
The resolution falls well short of what we need. Here in Gaza, we need a ceasefire that will stop the killing of civilians and the destruction of civilian infrastructure in Gaza, but most importantly, to enable the conditions on the ground here so that we can effectively deliver aid to the people of Gaza.
Thomas, just to be absolutely clear here, as a new day dawned there in Gaza after this resolution, are you in any position to increase aid deliveries because of this resolution or not?
At this stage, we're waiting to see what will come from the resolution in terms of the amount of aid that we can bring into Gaza. But we remain very concerned here that once the aid is in Gaza, the ongoing conflict is preventing us from delivering that aid. It is very difficult. We are restricted from accessing the population in the north by the Israeli army. But the level of insecurity here means it's very difficult for us to access many of the population. And in fact, at sites where we should be protected, our aid workers should be protected, they're at risk. We had one of our staff who was hit by what we understand as tank fire into a tractor. He was operating at a dump site the other day. And down on the border itself, at the Rafah border crossing, we've had 3 drone strikes in recent days. So we need to be able to have safe and secure access for aid workers, the convoys that we have to access populations across Gaza.
Are UNRWA facilities, the schools that you run, your staff, any safer today because of this resolution?
Look, time will only tell. What I can say is that we've had 180 of our installations in Gaza, many of them hosting people seeking safety. People seeking safety under a UN flag have been hit. Over 200 people have been killed in those installations. But as the UN Security Council was meeting the other night, at the same time, messages were being passed to the community in the middle areas of Gaza, telling them to evacuate. This is telling more people to move, many of them who've been displaced before, to an area that cannot provide them with shelter. So at the same time we were discussing things at the Security Council, the Israeli army was telling more people to move and signalling a broadening of the offensive here in Gaza.